Let's harvest some Ross rounds. Hey folks, welcome back to the bee yard. Tom here with Whistles Thicket Farmstead. We are harvesting Ross rounds today. If you don't know what Ross rounds are, it's a special super made for beekeepers to harvest cut comb, and they're circular, made by this guy named Ross, I believe. Ross rounds, go figure, huh? So I'm gonna harvest these. I have made cut comb with frames before that don't have the metal supports in them, and I am still doing that because that's easy. But I just wanted to try something new. As a beekeeper, you should always, learn something new. There's a lot of people out there, they'll just get stuck in a rut, but there's so much to do in beekeeping. You can never learn it all, at least in my opinion. So actually, this second super from the top is where the Ross rounds are. I think there's 32 in there. I know that some of them are not ready to be harvested yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest the ones that are ready because I'm doing a farmer's market soon, and then I'm going to reload it with new wax, and I'll probably get a second harvest. So I already know that there's probably 2 or 3 frames that aren't quite ready yet, and I'm okay with that. I haven't checked on this in about 3 days, so I could be pleasantly surprised, and they may all be ready to go. But let's go ahead and open up this hive. First, I gotta put on my protective gear. Whoa, that was quick. With a face this pretty, you gotta stay protected. I don't want to get a sting on my face, So let's get to it. This here is just a super for just making honey, extracting honey, but underneath that is the Ross round super that we'll be opening up and harvesting. So I'm gonna smoke the bees a little bit. I do have a queen excluder underneath this, and hopefully a lot of the bees will go down past the excluder and stay there for a bit. There is one thing to keep in mind with Ross rounds, is that there's these little springs that you need to load your Ross rounds into place. I think there's 3 of them, and you don't want to lose those springs, or gonna make it hard to use your Ross rounds in the future. So hopefully I don't lose my springs. Like I said, I know there's a few that aren't ready yet, but I'm okay with that. Okay, here's those springs, people. Hopefully I can get them out. So there's 3 of these little babies. You don't want to lose them. I guess you can always order them if you need to, but I'd rather just not lose them. Let's check this out. So here's what they look like. Like I said, this is one that is not quite ready. These are ready on this side, but on this side they're not quite ready to go. So I will be putting this back in the hive. But all the rest of them, I think, for the most part, except maybe this next frame, are ready to harvest. So I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, here's a really good example. Nice cut comb on both sides, and these babies are basically pre-packaged. Inside, I'm going to take this apart, and there's plastic on the inside or on the outside of the Ross round comb so that none of the honey is going to leak out. So this one is good to go. I'm probably going to sell these for $10 to $12. So this is $40 right here in my hand, so I'm pretty excited about that. Seems a little bit harder to get the bees off. Like maybe this would be good for a bee escape or something. We'll just do our best here. Okay, here's another great example of the cut comb. Bees are going at it here. They're ready. Definitely harder to get the bees off with the brush method. I'll use a bee escape for this next time. Okay, this looks real nice though, don't it? That's something they don't tell you about harvesting these, that it's hard to get all the bees out. I'm gonna have to take this away from the hives and brush some more bees, because this is not like a normal frame, people. So I guess that's the benefit of doing just plain cut comb. It's definitely easier to harvest cut comb than a Ross round. Oh, this looks good, baby. This is mainly sourwood too, so people around here love sourwood. Last one, and I'm gonna leave 2 more in there, and I'm gonna freeze these and come back and repackage them. I think those will be okay for the night, I hope. Okay, folks, welcome back. It's actually the next day here, and I have already taken off 3 of the Ross rounds. I've taken apart, and I've bottled them or packaged them. These things are just amazing. Just look how awesome this is. This is a great product to sell. It tastes great on a biscuit. You can take it to a potluck whenever everybody's bringing, you know, coleslaw and potato salad. You show up with one of these and people are gonna say, that person has some class. That is a classy country person. You can take this anywhere and people will be talking about it. I'm telling you, people. This is just the good stuff, all natural. The bees literally were on this 2 days ago, people. I mean, it's just crazy. So this is really easy to package, and it looks beautiful, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. If you ain't ever had a cut comb round like this, Ross rounds, it is something, people. It is a great gift. I am just excited to be offering this to my customers. Now I'm gonna do a few more here. Now, of course, normally I would not be doing this outside. There's already one little bee here. I don't know if you can see the little bee. There's already a bee that I attracted. I'm just doing this because this is good lighting and I want to show you how to do it. Normally I do this inside, but again, for the video, I'm going to do this outside. And it's really easy to package. It was a little bit harder to get the bees off, but not that bad. I just brushed them off and I sat them away from the hives. And in about 15 minutes, they all went back to their hive. But it is really, really easy to package. This is easier to process than the normal standard cut comb. I think later I'm gonna do a video of Ross rounds versus just the traditional cut comb method. Sorry, I keep looking over there at my bees. They're going crazy. They're bringing in sourwood right now. So I know they're bringing in good honey. So You do need to put these in the freezer overnight, either before or after you package them. That's going to kill anything that might be alive inside your Ross rounds, like bee larvae, which is pretty unlikely because I use queen excluders for these. I don't see any larvae. You can see the larvae, people, but that's just a good kind of safe keep measure to package your product. I don't think anybody wants, a bee emerging from their food there. So let's take a look at it. This is it, people. It's just delicious. It is easy to harvest, to open up, and it just pops straight out. No mess. That's the good thing about this. With cut comb, there's a mess. There's no mess in here, people, and it's just really easy. You order this from, I think I got from either Man Lake or Blue Sky Bee Supply. And it comes with everything, the package, the label, it is good to go. Just kind of pop it. Boom, boom, people. As simple as that. Then I take the knife here, and there is a little bit of wax wasted, but it's not a big deal. Around here, there's no such thing as wasted wax because I'm going to save this and use it for something, either a product or give it back to the bees. And then look at this. Boom, people. It just pops off like that. I guess that one's a little bit damaged, but that's okay. So then you just take your knife, you trim it, and human hands have not touched this honey, so it's pretty nice. And then you take a bottom and a top, and there's little notches where it lines up at. You got to kind of pop it and lock it there. Choose the prettiest side, of course. Then you hear that little pop, goes a weasel there. And then it's already packaged, people, and then I put the label around and that just wraps it all together. This is ready to go. At a farmer's market, I may sell this for $12. If I'm selling this online, I may sell it for more, even $20, because this is a high value item. It does take a little bit of work. I am really excited to offer this, to have fun with this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look how easy these pops out. Bing! Bing! I mean, this is no mess, people. This is great. I'm going to package these, and then I'm going to a farmer's market in just a few hours, and I can't wait to offer this to people. I know people are going to be really excited. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, like, subscribe, say hello, and keep on beekeeping.